Hello chess friends and welcome to Jozarov chess channel and welcome to an amazing tournament that started yesterday. Welcome to the TePe Sigeman and Co chess event that's going on now in Malmo in Sweden. So this tournament is a one round robin of 8 players, but the cool part is we have really separated 4 talented players and 4 experienced players. So among the experienced players are Peter Svidler, Boris Gelfand, Jorden van Foreest and Niels Grandelius. Among the young talented players we have here Vincent Keymer, Abhimanyu Mishra, Arjun Ergaisi and Gukesh. This is really crazy, and what the best part I think about this event is that this event is evaluated for the forthcoming candidates that's going to happen. So these young players maybe can win this event, maybe they gain some points, and maybe they can play in the next candidates, which would be, I think, an incredible thing for the chess community. Maybe, who knows, someone of this young prodigies wins even the candidates and then maybe challenges the England in the next World Chess Championship match. So it's, I think, a beautiful tournament because the young players have really an opportunity here to show their skills, and they're already showing their skills because they won already some games. So in my opinion, it will be so far one of the best events in this year. So we are starting now this tournament with an epic game. We have already the clash of the prodigies. We have here Gukesh versus Vincent Keymer. Always a pleasure to watch them. In my opinion, Vincent Keymer, great theoretician in chess. On the other hand, Gukesh, a great attacker in chess. So we have now collision. Let's see now what happened. The game ended a couple of minutes ago. It was an incredible epic game. So here Gukesh with the white pieces open with the move e4. And I'm pointing out Gukesh is only 16 years old. Pay good attention how he's playing the game, but it seems to me that Gukesh is now for the last 5 years 16 years old, because he's really so long among the top elite players that I really didn't even notice how old he was anymore, because he's playing now many tournaments without being scared of Magnus Carlsen, without being scared of other top grandmasters. He plays basically equally with all of them. So after move e4, we have now e5 by Vincent Keymer, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5 with the Ruy Lopez, the Spanish game was on the board. We have a6, the Murphy defense, bishop to a4, knight to f6, and after move kingside castle, we have now the so-called neo-Archangelsk variation with the move bishop to c5. Getting some activities of course of the bishop, but of course the downside a little bit here for black is that this bishop is an object of white's attack, although you're developing the piece, but it can be a progressive method here for white to gain some spaces in the center of the board. So here c3 played by Gukesh, so he's attacking immediately the bishop with this aggressive idea with the move d4. If you try now knight to e4 immediately, then queen to e2 happens, and you didn't castle. In order to stay in the game, you have to even sacrifice both of your pieces for the rook, maybe here, just in order to stay in the game. I would not recommend you to go into these types of lines, so that's why after move c3, b5 was played by Vincent Keymer. We have bishop to b3, and again, if you try knight to e4, again, the same tactics happened. You have to, I think, as I said, do something here around the square f2. You can maybe prolong the game with the move d5, but now with d3 again, a similar tactic happens. So in my opinion, this is a line that you should try to avoid. Don't pick up the pawn on e4. So after move bishop to b3, d6 by Vincent Keymer, we have now d4. Already aggressive play in the center of the board. We have now bishop to b6, bishop to e3, castling, knight to d2, rook to e8, and now a very interesting idea, of course, h3, prophylactic move here by Gukesh, not allowing to get pinned by the bishop on g4, because the knight on f3 is controlling, of course, the d4 square. So now h6 played by Vincent Keymer, and now Gukesh plays a new move, a move that hasn't been played so far in chess history. At least I'm not seeing games in the database. So now Gukesh played the very interesting queen to e2, getting in front of here Vincent Keymer's rook. Really tricky idea. Interesting but also risky idea. In chess history, rook to e1 was the normal move. Also bishop to c2 has been played many times. All of these moves are really good. Queen to e2 also very solid, but in my opinion really a beautiful new interesting idea, because you're getting just in front of the rook. But Gukesh probably has somewhere prepared this line at home. In the game, Vincent Keymer tried rook to b8, which makes sense. He's launching now the potential minority attack here on the queen side. He's trying to get some weaknesses by pushing the a and b pawn against this c3, b2 and a2 pawn. He's trying to do something here on this side of the board. So rook from a to d1 by Gukesh also. playing against the queen. If something gets cleared, then of course the queen could be endangered. We have now bishop to d7, bishop to c2, and now queen to c8 here, played by Vincent Keymer. Maybe in some lines there are even some tactical possibilities by sacrificing the bishop for a pawn here, get the queen active and similar stuff. So now rook to e1. So you see, Gukesh played so far a solid setup. He's now maybe in some lines even trying to reroute the queen to f1. It's perfectly fine getting out of this mess, and then maybe slowly but surely push even the pawn to f4, maybe making this kind of a progress. But now Vincent Keymer plays, in my opinion, his first bad move in the game. He plays queen to b7, and in my opinion this is not working because this is simply too slow. When you are attacking, as we said, Vincent Keymer tried rook to b8, and he tried now to be aggressive here on the queen side. Then you have to stuck to your plan. You have to continue with your plan. With the move queen to b7, okay, you're doing the same, but you're losing a tempo. You can do the whole thing without even moving the queen, because now a better move was simply to play the move a5. You can be already there. That's the point, I think. You can play already on the queen side. You don't have to lose a time, precious time here, because we have to say it, Gukesh has a beautiful, beautiful development already. He has a good setup. So now with move a5, you're already there, because white cannot pick up the pawn on b5. The queen gets trapped with this beautiful move. So I think Vincent Keymer missed a little bit here tactical opportunities on the queen side. So queen to b7, I'm not saying this move is losing or something, but it's simply losing too much time. That's the issue, and a great player like Gukesh already is, he knows how to punish that. He's saying, you had your chance to be already here, now you don't have any more chances. In the game after move a5, you see, imagine always this position that maybe Vincent Keymer didn't play the move queen to b7, that he wouldn't lose maybe an extra tempo. This would be a beautiful position still for black here on the queen side. And now after move knight to f1, now another bad move here by Vincent Keymer. He blocks the queen side. That was really something that bothered me now in his position. Okay, again, queen to b5 is not working. Of course, Gukesh is not falling for this, but now b4 is never really an opportunity anymore. You have to play here b4. You have to break the queen side. You have to at least do something. But with the move a4, here b4 is really never an opportunity. Okay, Vincent Keymer had some ideas to play knight to a5, knight to c4, maybe attack the b2 pawn, but this move can be easily defended with the move bishop to c1. So nothing is going to happen on the queen side anymore. With this move a4, Vincent Keymer lost all of his chances now to make something on the queen side. Gukesh plays normal chess, knight to g3, and look at this. Now the pieces are activated towards the king side. The queen is too far away from the action. The only good defender that I see is, of course, the knight on f6, but this is simply not enough. Now Gukesh is storming with the minor pieces, with the queen, with the rooks against black's king. As I said, in my opinion, this is now a one-way ticket in white's favor. So in the game, knight to a5. As we said, it is an idea, but it's not a progressive idea. Nothing spectacular about this knight to c4 move. Knight to h4, we have knight to c4. g6 is of course not an opportunity because you lose the pawn on h6. So g6 to prevent knight to f5 is simply not working now. Gukesh is occupying the square for sure. So in the game after move knight to h4, now comes this idea, knight to c4, but you see now, bishop to c1, the pawn on b2 is protected, the rooks are connected, the rooks are on active files, knights are playing active, the queen will get activated maybe on f3, in some lines maybe on h5. So as I said, bad here position for Vincent Keymer. So now he's trying to do something else. He's changing now the direction of the game. He's trying to break and enter in the center, but queen to f3 with the preparation to play the move bishop to h6, and now also then taking out the knight after g takes f6, g takes h6, of course, to take out the knight on f6. So now knight to d6 by Vincent. E takes d4 maybe was slightly better, but again, this move is simply breaking the position. Look at this, bishop to h6. You can maybe play e4, queen to f4. You can maybe pick up now this piece, but look at this. The knight is coming into the game. You can maybe try something like this. We come with a check. The queen comes into the game. Bishop on e4 in some lines is possible. So I really don't want to show you now all of the tactical sequences that are possible, but obviously with such a naked king, this is a bad game here for black for sure. So after move queen to f3, here we have knight to d6. You see, Vincent Keymer played the whole game to get the knight on c4. Now he's rerouting this knight to d6 in order to get it somehow on the defensive square. It's simply too much. Gukesh built simply enormous pressure, and you can maybe pause the video and try to see now, of course, the best continuation here for white. I think it's an obvious tactic that many of us would play, but Gukesh, a top grandmaster, now already sees these things immediately. So maybe just for fun, try to see now the best continuation. Okay, here Gukesh plays the brilliant bishop to h6, of course, after something like d takes e4 that he played. Now the queen is coming again actively into the game, but look at this. After move g takes h6, now a queen to h6, and again there are simply too many problems here around the square f6, around the square g7. As I said, the queen is far away from the action, so it's really a bad position here for Vincent Keymer. Rook to e6, he's trying now to get new defenders into the game, but now knight to f5. The knight is coming on a beautiful square. You have to play here knight to e8 in order to control the g7 square. If you don't do that, you get checkmated. The queen is under fire, so that's why here we have a queen to g5. King comes on f8, and now queen to h5. The threat is, of course, queen to h8, a beautiful checkmate, so that's why you have to play knight to f5, knight takes f5, and now the only way to save this position is to play the move rook to g6, but now bishop to e4. Look how Gukesh is playing the game, really wild stuff. In the game we have queen to a7. The queen gets even cornered far away now from the action again. The queen is really out of game. Now we have queen to h8 here by Gukesh. You can do even other things, but this is one of the ways that you can play the game. It's even in some lines bishop to c6 is possible. So as I said, I really don't want to show you now all of the tactical sequences in this types of position. I think it's very important just to realize one winning sequence for you, and queen to h8 was perfectly fine here by Gukesh. He plays now with top accuracy here. Rook to g8 has to be played. Now we have queen to h6. You have to now cover with your knight. Knight to g7, rook to g7, and then now here the beautiful rook cliff. There's nothing that can be done against this move, rook to g3. You cannot defend this position anymore. In the game bishop to g4 was played by Vincent Keymer, but now another brilliant move here by Gukesh, rook to g3. You don't have to even time to pick up the rook on d1 because you get checkmated. Look at this, rook to g7. Now the queen comes into the game. You're trying to escape, of course, but after a check, we have this one, queen to g8 checkmate. You don't have access to the b7 square because of the bishop's activity. So really wild stuff. So after move rook to g3, this is not working. In the game bishop to d4 was played by Vincent Keymer. We have rook to g4, and in this position Vincent Keymer resigned. There's nothing that can be done. You can again maybe play one check, king to h1, and now the fun is over here for black. The rook is lost here on g7, and actually it's even a forced checkmate sequence. So brilliant game by Gukesh. He controlled the game in every move. I think Vincent Keymer made huge strategic mistakes. You see, Gukesh is really an awesome player, I think. Let me maybe see if the new ratings are out. Let me just refresh this a little bit. Okay, so far Gukesh didn't gain anything so far of rating, so he'll get probably 5-6 points out of this game. So maybe Gukesh will be now 2740 something rated. So it means he could maybe overtake now here Alexander Grishuk, maybe in some wild lines, maybe even be better in ratings than Levon Aronian. Who knows? Maybe in this tournament we'll see that Gukesh will be a top 10 player. This will be, I think, incredible thing, because we have to say it, with all due respect to Vishy Anand, he's not playing anymore, so he'll probably not get some ratings. Timur Rajabov also rarely plays now these top events. As I said, Aronian is also rarely playing. Grishuk is not also playing in some top events, so maybe we'll see now Gukesh, as I said, in top 10 club. This will be incredible because he's still 16 years old. So Gukesh is now, as I said at the beginning, 5 years. He's 16 years old. Really wild stuff. So I wish him all of the best. This could be a new era in the chess community. So, okay, I hope that you enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed it a lot. Interesting ideas of the Ruy Lopez. If you want to see more about the Ruy Lopez and more about this kind of games, check out our commented chess games, and here's also our list of the Ruy Lopez. And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon with some more videos, and what to say, chess is the best, of course.